Using the equation editor in Equatio is fairly simple once you know how to give it the commands that you're looking for. So I'm going to select the equation editor, and you'll notice there's a blue box. So whatever I start to type is going to appear in the blue box. If I select the document, I'm typing in the document and the blue box has disappeared. So I'm going to insert a question. So simplify the expression below. And then I'm going to hit enter a couple times, and then I'm going to reselect the equation editor by simply clicking into the box. So I'm going to use an expression that has fractions. Fractions are often problematic when typing in a document since there's no fraction key per se on the keyboard. So I'm going to start typing the word fraction. And when I do this, I'm going to do something like 1. To get to the denominator, you can either click in or I'm going to use my cursor down. So I have 1/2, and then I'm going to do plus 2/3. Now that time I didn't actually use the fraction command, I used the slash button because it will also work. Then I want to actually evaluate this. So if I hit enter, nothing's going to happen. In order to get a new line, you have to hit shift and enter. And when I do that, I get a new line. So then I'm going to put equals because I'm continuing on. In order to solve this question, we need a common denominator, which is going to be 6. So I want to actually show that step. So I'm going to have 1 multiplied by 3 in the numerator, and then I'm going to have 2 multiply by 3 in the denominator. And then I have plus, and then I'm going to write fraction again. I'm going to have 2 multiply by 2 in the numerator, and then 3 multiply by 2 in the denominator. Now you'll notice I moved my cursor so that it's at the end of the row. Otherwise, when you try to put in a new line, sometimes it's a bit finicky. So I'm going to hit shift enter again. So this is going to equal, we have 3/6 plus 4/6. So once again, I move my cursor so that it's at the very end. I'm going to hit shift enter. So now when I add this, I get 7/6. Many students will want to turn this into a mixed fraction. So if I were to do that, I'm going to do shift enter once again. So equals, this is going to be 1 1/6. So I'm going to hit the number 1, then I'm going to hit the word fraction, and then 1/6. Once I'm happy with my expression, I'm going to go insert math. And you'll notice it flashed. Now, looking at that expression, I want to minimize what I'm looking at here so I can see it a little bit more. So I'm going to select the equation editor icon again. It's all there, the work is there. However, the alignment is a bit wonky, and some teachers would very much prefer this to have the correct alignment. So I'm going to show you a quick way that we're able to do that. So I'm going to go into the document so that the cursor's flashing. I'm going to hit enter a couple of times, and then I'm going to reselect the equation editor. So when I do that, I trashed it over here. It doesn't get rid of what you already did. However, it clears your screen here. There's a simple command that I'm going to do. So I'm going to do shift enter to get a new line, and then I'm going to do shift space. And by doing this, what it does is it's going to force the alignment. So we want to have a left alignment, and in order to do that, we're going to need to set up this kind of tabular example. So I'm going to put the same question in. So I have 1/2 plus 2/3. And then I'm going to go to the second column. I'm going to put an equal sign. And then now, for now on, my work is going to line up nicely. So instead of showing my work for the common denominator this time in order to save time, I'm just going to go ahead and put the common denominator expressions in. Plus 4/6. So now I'm at the point I need a new line. So just like any other time, I'm going to hit shift enter. And I'm going to put equals. So we have 7/6. Once again, shift enter equals 1 fraction 1/6. So then I have my expression ready to go. I'm going to hit insert math. and it's there. I can't see it, so I'm going to close this menu. So that looks much better in terms of the equal signs lining up. Some other problematic expressions have to do with exponents or square roots. So I'm going to go into the equation editor and I'm going to trash this here. So let's say I'm looking to do a BEDMAS question that has a variety of different expressions. So let's start where I have bracket 4 minus 3, and I want to square this whole expression. So there's a couple of ways you can do that. I'm going to start typing the word squared, and it'll give me a 2. Then I'm going to do minus. Inside, I'm going to do 2 minus 3. But this time, I want to the power of 7, let's say. So I'm going to write the word power. So I have 7. Then I'm going to do divided by. And then let's say we have the square root. So I'm going to start typing the word square, and I see root. And I'm underneath, and I'm going to do the square root of 36. Any expression that you're trying to do, and there's different symbols that you need, you can either start typing the word, and it'll likely show up, or you can always use the symbols that you have over here on the side. However, the majority are recognizable based on their word only. So now I have this expression, I'm going to insert it. And there we go, we see it. Now, I haven't said this yet, but wherever your cursor is in the document, when you go to hit Insert Math, that is where the math is going to go. So always be aware of where your cursor is and whether or not it's in a place that you want to insert the math. The next thing that I want to show you within the equation editor, so I'm going to open it up again. There's lots of different formulas that are built in. So if I type the word area, I can see multiple formulas here that we use in many different grades. So I have those area formulas. There's volume formulas. The Pythagorean theorem is there. I'm going to delete that. The sine law, double angles, different formulas. I type law. There's laws of sines, law of cosines, with a variety of different expressions that we have. So they're not all, it's not all inclusive. However, if there is a formula that you're looking to have, definitely message text help, and they will often take our feedback and make those changes for us. That's all I can think of right now in terms of the equation editor. So until next time.